Condry, studio head at Sledgehammer.
I'm Glenn Schofield, other studio head at...
I'm Greg Reisdorf, one of the lead designers at Sledgehammer Games.
So, tell us about the vision, please. The vision behind the game, the vision behind the whole thing going back to World War II in this current state.
Yeah, well, it was something that the team came up with when we finished our last game, Advanced Warfare. And, you know, we had worked on Advanced Warfare, we had worked on Modern Warfare, and we wanted to do something in the past. So, you know, World War II was somewhere where the roots of Call of Duty started, and something that, you know, we all as fans played, and we wanted to go back there. We wanted to give it a shot 10 years later.
So this game is all about going back to the roots and going back to the original inspiration for the whole Call of Duty series, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it all started, so we wanted to go there ourselves, and you know, it's been 10 years since the last one, or almost 20 years since Private Ryan, so felt like it was a really good time. The fans were asking for it, and we wanted to do it, so.
Cool. So,
Michael?
What?
Michael?
No, I agree with everything you said. I mean, it's a real humbling opportunity for Sledgehammer Games to go back to, you know, this beloved franchise began in World War II. And, you know, we were fans of the franchise before we were developers of the franchise. So, you know, it's a real honor for Sledgehammer Games. And it's a real honor to you know, bring World War II back to the consciousness of video gamers.
Yeah, so I just got to play the game for a second, and it, well, of course, it's like really cool to play the game already. It's really cool, but the main thing that I really wonder, like, I know in this day and age, when you look at entertainment and everything that's going on in the world, it's going to be like really difficult to create a brand new game that is based in the past, but still feels completely real. And like when I was playing, like it really like mind boggled me. Like in this world of entertainment, how did you create this authenticity?
You know, that's a really complex question. I'm glad you asked. I mean, World War II was a brutal time in human history. It was a world on the brink of tyranny, and, you know, maybe 100 million people perished in some fashion over the 5 years. So we really took a lot of care to balance the entertainment, to make it fun for fans, with the respect for the conflict and those who sacrificed, with the use of, you know, the Nazi iconography and the use of the swastika, with our ability to, you know, represent gamers in multiplayer and give them their opportunity to be in the game, but balancing that with what really happened in 1940.
Cool. So then another question, which I also think is something that's on everyone's mind and also on my mind: multiplayer. Can we see something? Can we watch a trailer or something?
We certainly can. I mean, E3 is our chance to put multiplayer in the hands of fans for the first time. I'm really excited. And yeah, hopefully everyone here will come by.
Please play it.
It's been really a heartwarming response, and everybody at the studio is really thankful for that. We brought the trailer. Maybe we should cue that up. Take a look.
Yes, please.
Don't have no mercy in this land. Don't have no mercy in this land. They come and go out, and it won't take long. You look in the bed, somebody gone. They don't have no mercy in this land.
Time to show what you're made of, so
look to be in one of your manly dogs. Easy to baby, in the same. No mercy in this land. We have to push through enemy territory. Let's go! Rally near the tank and protect it. Destroy the 88s. Have no mercy in this land.
Yeah, so I gotta say, I watched this trailer 2 times already today. Then I got to play it, and now I'm watching this again, and the only thing that I'm thinking is like, that's some serious shit. Like, seriously, like,
Yeah, you know,
Wow.
I've watched that trailer probably 200 times, and it still gives me goosebumps. And you know, the studio has poured 3 years into this, and everything in that trailer was cut from real gameplay. You played it, right? So
Yes.
there's nothing pre-rendered there. There's nothing that was from single player. This was all MP, and it's what people are playing right now.
yeah, it's really impressive, and like I have to say, like the graphics, like they amaze me, but more importantly, like when watching this, and of course, like watching the reality of it, like the pressure feels like it's on again. Like, by the way, I'm not saying this like this is studied in or something. It's like really watching this trailer and actually playing the game. Like, if you go back in time, like you start noticing like games getting more and more about entertainment and the quickness of it. But here it actually felt like the pressure is on. You gotta have to hide around corners. There's no floating through the air and flying and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, how did that guy do that? No, it's like it feels real. Like the pressure is on, and that's like my question to you then. Like,
Yeah, we're
How
back
did you
to
do
boots
that?
on the ground, man. It's awesome to go back to it. And just like the thing, it, it is. It's a huge opportunity for the studio, and just to be able to go back to that tactical gameplay. You're memorizing the maps, knowing your points. The weapons are that much more interesting. Like you have to know your ranges. Like it is back, and it's going to be awesome. And it's been a thrilling experience to have everybody play it here today.
yeah, I have to say also, as I'm still, of course, playing all the other Call of Duties where you're still flying through the air and stuff, I surprisingly, for not one moment, had this feeling like, oh wait, let me jump on this wall, because it looks so realistic. So I didn't think like, oh, let me climb this mountain and jump on those stairs. I just felt like, let me hide behind this corner, run around, get that guy from the side, and then go behind that tank and do this and do that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. And you know, Advanced Warfare ushered in the exoskeleton, and that was really listening to fans. Fans wanted innovation. Whether you want to admit it now, at that time you wanted it, and it was a lot of fun for us to bring that to life.
I gotta say,
and
it
now
was
fans,
fun.
No, it was fun.
It is fun, but like, this
And
is like a
now-
different experience.
Now fans want to go back to boots on the ground, and you pick it up, and it's fast, it's gun-on-gun action that Call of Duty is known for. It's strategic, it feels right.
And we're bringing a bunch of new stuff too. We have headquarters, which is just an awesome new space for you to go and hang out with your friends. It's going to be a blast to go in there and enter the 1v1 pit. I know that Michael's sad that he can't like hang out in there all day long and win, but you know it happens. And then we have we have divisions as well, which is going to change up creative class quite a bit. Like there's so much happening in the game. I mean, armored division is where it's at for me. I'm always taking grenades, always just laying it down on those dom points and just trying to take it. I know Michael's a huge airborne guy. Like
I do like the airborne. I mean, it's fast, it's first to the action, It's running SMGs and my attached suppressor that you can now take off mid-match. It's a lot of fun. You got some time with the Divisions too, right? You jumped into War Mode, our brand new mode?
Yes, was War Mode the one that's like where you keep advancing?
That's right. So
Okay,
War
so
Mode
that's
is the
awesome.
first. It's it really tries to put you in the conflicts of Axis versus Allied. It's an asymmetrical fight for key objectives like the bridge, if you remember that.
Yeah.
So I heard you did a little damage there.
Yeah, I did. I was like 23 or something, and then I got pulled out because I had to watch the trailer, which then was fun. And then now we're here, so that's also fun. But I think I'm going to play later again today.
Yeah. No, and it really is a new way to play. It really puts you on either the Axis side or the Allied side in this strategic fight for objectives and strongholds that really represent what World War II is about. Brand new to Call of Duty. You've never played this way before, and I think it's going to be a big innovation for us.
And the cool part is it brings team play to Call of Duty, and it is one of those things that you have to team up with. You have to know your party going in, and if you do that, you're going to be that much better taking those objectives. Like, I don't know who you played with today in that booth, but like, I hope your team was
They
good.
really
Like,
sucked. Like whoever I played, they were like really bad. But any case, like from my perspective, like as like someone that just plays a lot and doesn't really know what's going on, this was like a perfect combination of search and destroy only with respawning. Because like for me, you know, like I go online, I want to play, like, oh, I died. I can't do anything for the next 5 minutes. That's not my style of game, you know? But this is like a combination of hardpoint, search and destroy, and like something is actually going on. It's not you're just like aimlessly running around through different hardpoints. You're actually going there with a reason. And you need to flank from different sides to actually get in there. And then when you're there, you actually got to do something. So it was a fun game mode, which I'm pretty sure is going to be the most successful new game mode probably since Hardpoint.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. I mean, look, 3 years ago when we first prototyped this, we were recognizing that Call of Duty multiplayer is largely a lone wolf experience, right? You're a super soldier, and yeah, maybe you're working on a team on a hardpoint or a DOM, objective-based experience, but I don't know, if you play like me, it's largely about your score streak and your KD, right?
Yes.
And World War II was really about squads of common men and women fighting together for these key objectives, like defending the bridge or taking out a battery of 88s or protecting the ammo depot. So War Mode plays really well with our World War II theme, and I think fans are having a blast with it.
Yeah. It's also like those divisions too help a lot within those team setups and everything. Like there's so much that's happening within the game, and it's like I wish everybody in the room had played it already. I would be like, oh, let's just talk more about it. Let's talk all day about it. But like, yeah, what like you played for so long today. What are the questions you have that we can talk about? Like,
Well,
About headquarters.
what? No. I'll ask you about that in a second. But like first, I want to say, like what really is the most on my brain from playing it today is that the mix also, of course, through the new setups. What do you call it?
they're divisions.
Yeah, the divisions. They're like an advanced form of created class, which feel way more realistic. And that's like the thing about multiplayer, where you still want to be in the realistic shape of World War II, but at the same time provide like the utmost top of high-speed entertainment. Like it's surprising that it worked out so well, and it was a lot of fun to do that, especially with the divisions where you actually feel you're not just giving some random sniper suit guy a gun, and it's actually like you're the sniper, or you're actually like the armored guy running in the back. You play your part.
Sorry to interrupt. I was just going to add that we talked about divisions briefly leading up to this week, and there was a lot of questions about, does that still give you the opportunity to customize to your play style? And it does. So divisions is a series of choices that are more meaningful. It does replace create a class, but that customization, your ability to customize your training, your play style, your weapon loadout is still there. And it represents really what happened in World War II. And I think we've got great examples of that from film or TV, like an infantryman landing on Normandy in a Higgins boat had a very different experience than the 101st did in Band of Brothers dropping behind enemy lines. And that was frankly different than an armored division like Fury, right? Those were meaningful, different choices people made. as they enlisted in World War II, and we wanted to provide really that fantasy through our divisions feature.
No, that's what I said, what I like about it, the reality of the still basically entertainment form of gameplay that is multiplayer. And now I want to get to something else. What about headquarters?
That's a really good question. I think we're going to ask Greg.
All right. Well, let me tell you, Glenn. Sorry. So headquarters is just this awesome new space that we have within the game. The way we've treated it is it's basically after the successful invasion of Normandy from the Allies, they used the beaches of Normandy as a staging area for getting troops and supplies into the front lines. And what we did is we took that and we said, hey, you know what would be great is if we had a staging area where we could bring you and your friends and just have you party up, have a great time in there before matches, between matches, at the end of your night when you're just dog tired, you're just, oh man, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go into the headquarters and just hang out with my buddies, maybe do a little 1v1, maybe challenge somebody to a shootout. And we wanted that social atmosphere. And it's going to be awesome when we show it later this year, which is huge.
Yeah, no, it really is. It's the biggest innovation in multiplayer this year, and it's coming as a first to Call of Duty for the franchise. And, you know, if you really take a step back, this has sort of been a 6-year journey for us, for Sledgehammer Games. Back on Advanced Warfare, if you remember, 6 years ago when we started that game, you were a gamer tag and a rank, and maybe your KD. That was it. That was your full embodiment of all the time you invested in Call of Duty. And at that time, we wanted to be, we wanted to realize the opportunity to give you a character avatar and an investment in who you are in multiplayer. And so we brought your character to life, and we gave you the virtual lobby, and that was a great start, but it was fairly contained. So now 3 years later, the evolution is to take that character and that investment and those divisions and those rewards and take it into a 48-player living space. And so that's where you compete and you show off and you peacock and, I don't know, you listen to some dance music from Afrojack. I don't know. Like, there's a ton of stuff you can do in the lobby.
Yeah, can I DJ in the lobby?
I hope you'll be in the
that
lobby.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
turn
but
on your mic. You'll be fine.
Seriously, like, I didn't know that Advanced Warfare was the one that started the virtual lobby.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, my memory's hazy, but like still, like I just saw a screenshot of it, but like just the idea of having those 48 people in a lobby, being able to communicate with each other, to do stuff, like it's gonna make it a lot more realistic and a lot more fun and a lot, probably, you're gonna be spending a lot more time not just playing the matches, but just hanging out with your buddies and doing all kinds of stuff, like tackling them. Maybe. Suggestion.
Look, we got one of the greatest fan
Still some
communities on the planet, and we think this is going to transform how they come together now. A real, true community space. So yeah, there's going to be a ton of crazy stuff you can do. You can compete, like Greg mentioned about 1v1, which is frankly like the ultimate test of skill.
You can actually watch.
Yeah, you can watch other people competing, be rewarded for it. There's leaderboards everywhere for all your activities. The virtual firing range, which we also brought as a first to the franchise, now is a community firing range. So, you know, if it's crazy enough, all 48 players can jump on the firing range and see who's the best there at the same time.
So,
cool.
So it's gonna be like how it usually was when you like started story mode. You get like the initial testing and the explanation. Only now you can do that stuff together and you can challenge each other with it. It's fun.
Yeah, so very cool.
That's not
There we
in the
go.
live look but there is the. Oh, look at this.
There you see.
There you go.
Everybody
Doesn't
else
that
in there.
look like so much fun?
Oh, I love that piece because it really is the evolution of the virtual firing range. Like like headquarters is the evolution of the virtual lobby at an AW. And so everything you saw there are things you can do to be rewarded and challenge people and be social and trash talk and teabag. I don't know. Like there's all kinds of stuff you could do in the live. Okay, don't do that.
Good one.
There's also a nice little part for you is there's an exclusive prestige area, so you only have access after you've prestiged, so you can go there, check it out.
So
There's
I
There's a
used to
lot
be
of-
the only one of my friends that like kept prestiging. So I'm like level 7 or something, and they stop at 55, and they say like, "Yeah, why should I prestige? I
yeah,
got
well,
everything."
there you go. Now,
So
now
now
you
they
can
have
just
to.
stand on the other side and just wave at them. You're like, hey, what are
That's
you
cool.
doing over there?
And that's sort of the inspiration for the headquarters experience. I mean, prestiging is one of the most impactful things you should do in Call of Duty, right? It embodies all of your investment in your soldier career, and yet up to this date, you would do it at home with a button press and relatively limited fanfare. Now we give you a platform to do it, to show off in front of 48, 47 of your friends. So it's pretty cool.
Should be fun.
It's going to be
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's going to be
It is
great.
fun.
It's
So,
already.
Like, quick question: like, are these mostly like gamers or journalists here? Like, I've never done one of these things, but like, I'm
these are-
like seriously excited about this. This looks like a lot of fun, and I just want to know if I'm like, am I crazy now or? Oh, cool, yeah.
You're not crazy.
Like, I think that deserves a.
It's great.
Yeah, thank you for that. I hope to think these are the best fans on the planet. They're Call of Duty fans and Afrojack fans.
Alrighty.
So, yeah, no, get your hands on it. Come to E3. I mean, everybody at Sledgehammer Games, everybody across Activision and the Call of Duty organization has spent 3 years on this. And you know, you're a creative guy. You're a creator of content. When you put 3 years into anything, right, what you want to do is get a fan reaction. And so for us, this is a special moment. So on behalf of everybody at the studio and Glenn and Greg and, of course, Afrojack, thanks for being fans and thanks for the warm reception. It means the world to us.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. And I also want to say, like he said, like I know from an outside perspective, we're all gamers. We get new games every year, and we get 100 games. These guys work on one game for 3 years. So one more time, please give a big hand for the studio of Sledgehammer for Call of Duty World War II. Thank you.